Why don't PS Audio products have tone controls? Yeah, that's a good question, and it comes to us from Gary in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey Paul, why don't PS Audio preamps offer tone controls? Sometimes you have sources like an old record or tape that don't sound so good, and EQ controls can be helpful in those situations. I really enjoy your videos and I love the products your company creates and hope to own some of them one day. Thank you. And I as well, Gary. I do hope you get a chance to have some of our stuff in your home because we'd be quite honored. And thank you for your question. There's no question that some recordings, especially older ones, can benefit from tone controls. I could not agree more. We have never built preamplifiers with tone controls for a couple of reasons. One, and probably the biggest, you may or may not agree with this, I don't want to sound like an elitist snob, and this is how it's going to come off, but being purists, which, for better or worse we are, I don't want to add the extra circuitry for the 2% of the tracks someone's going to listen to. So, you know that a lot of tone controls are defeatable. So if we were to put tone controls on there, you could have it so it's in or out, but that still is another switch, another relay, another opportunity to muck up the signal path. And in all honesty, that's pretty much the reason why I have never been a big fan of adding tone controls. Secondly, tone controls, especially the kind that were typically used, bass and treble controls, are marginally effective because their range is limited. They caused phase shift. They had an extra circuitry. So, for instance, a tone control, an effective tone control, isn't just a knob. I mean, people say, well, just add a knob. Well, obviously, it takes more than that. It takes a circuit. And you're going to run it through more amplification stages. There's networks that are involved, and just clicking in or out of most tone control circuits, the system kind of collapses. And the sound isn't as good, even if you're not using the tone controls, just in or out. And that's just something we never felt honest with our customers offering. It's like, wait a minute, if I'm going to offer a feature, it can't make the sound of normal operation worse, because as soon as I click that in and the whole soundstage kind of collapses a little bit, now you're not happy. And I don't blame you. So we just have never done it. And that's probably the biggest reason why. All that said, what I would like to do is introduce the idea of tone controls in our digital products. Here's why. If we have digital audio, like a DAC, a transport, a server, some digital audio products, we can build the fanciest tone controls, the most effective, no phase shift, you name it. We can build tone controls that are to die for, that offer a lot of benefit and add nothing to degrade the sound. And in fact, we can do a lot. So once we're in the digital domain, now all bets are off. Yes, we can do it. And yes, you hit on one of my pet projects. I've always wanted to be able to add not only tone controls, but imagine a remastering. Imagine our Gus Skinnis taking a recording, let's say Pink Floyd's The Wall, and remastering it, doing the little things that taking that actual digital track, adding a little EQ here, a little bit, it didn't have any bass, or whatever the thing is, adding those things to it, memorizing those controls, and then providing it to you so that when you play Dark Side of the Moon, or what was it? The Wall, sorry. You can go, I'm going to listen to the remastered version. And all of that stuff that Gus does happens inside of your unit without you having to buy a remastered version. How cool would that be? I think we can make a lot of really cool stuff happen, and we're working on it. So hang in there. We'll get there. Great question. Thanks for asking. I'll talk to you tomorrow.